How you doing, guys? Just another quick video, just a real short and sweet one. I managed to find time to get one of the Merlin Death Star 2 towers together, the Jedi ones. This is the Hero Tower. It's the first one I chose to put together, as it's a first for me. I've scratch built some of the others, but this one is a first, and this one it's quite unique in the fact that Merlin supply this as a I think is it laser engraved, I'm presuming. It's laser engraved plexi acrylic, black acrylic, and then you've got your upper and lower bulkheads, and then you get a alloy pole which goes in between those bulkheads, keeps everything sturdy. This does need shimming just a little bit. It's a little baggy in, if I just take one of this is literally the next tower I'm building. This is a tower base, and when you put the alloy rod in, there is a little bit of wiggle, which isn't a problem. You know, that's not a pick. I just shimmed that with just a little bit of aluminium tape. I just put a shim on it just so it went in snug, and then bonded it in. Just stopped it moving around. But that's one of the bases you get. There's a base inside this one, which obviously doesn't have these keyways for the plastruct. But yeah, I mean, that's your internal construction, so it's nice and strong. The acrylic I bonded with initially Tamiya thin cement, and then what I did was I put a seam of CA and hit it with accelerator. So I did just reinforce that just some. But the actual panels, again, this is the next one I'm doing. If I take one of these, you can actually see they've all been beveled, and the fit is really good. I mean, I will say, I mean, having scratch built a few of these from styrene sheet, they're quite tricky. You know, you think it's just an easy trapezoid to build, but you know, to get it really looking nice, it's you know, it's still a challenge. But having these edges beveled in a nice thick acrylic, it's wonderful. But as I said, yeah, laser etched engraving panels, which is you know, this is pretty. I think this is the only Jedi turret that actually had, you know, engraving. This was resin cast, I believe. I think there was one on Prop Store that was for sale that was actually cast in resin. So they made what I'm presuming they made one pattern of this and then cast several of them. And then obviously, as I spoke before, these are the Hero style barrels, and also there are some nuances with the turret. It's the way this I can't remember the armored car now. No, it's escaped me. But yeah, those are trimmed slightly different for this turret, whereas on the other turret, the other one that they cast, this was cut square. So I think they just used a different part of that. But all the other detailing is the same as the standard turret with the, again, yeah, that's another difference. The Tamiya Gepard pieces on the front here, those on the other turret are a full width block from the Gepard. These have been shaved down. They're shaved down quite a lot. Again, that's another little weird nuance with this particular turret and tower combination. Obviously, yeah, head swivels, the barrels are not bonded in yet. I've got it in a rough base coat. There's just a little bit more, just a little bit of refining I want to do. All these little plates here, and this was really fun actually. All these tiny little chips and plates, they actually come in, they're pre-cut. I'm presuming laser cut. And they are adorned with a letter on the back side of each of them. which is really cool. And then you obviously get an actual size set of instruction guides to take you through that, where to place all of these plates. So really, really cool, you know, yeah, really enjoyable to put together. Yeah, I've got a few areas I just want to just put a lick of putty here and there just to really get them clean. Obviously the ILM ones weren't very, you know, clean, but I just, you know, I want this to look really nice. And then a final base coat and into painting. I spoke with Guy at Archive X, and I think some of the panels on this are like an olive oxide and possibly some SP Lark dark and light. So there's lots of panel work on this one to get into, and I may embellish some of the weathering on it. I just fancy, you know, putting some oil streaks and, you know, yeah, just making it a little bit more ornate for display purposes. And then get into what is the next turret. Now, this is one of the ones I actually scratch built, but you see that this is one of the partial frame turrets. This is one I scratch built and sold off some time ago, but I love this one. This is one of my favourite turrets, towers, should I say, with the framework, and then it's all literally masked and very, very loosely masked panels and streaks and all sorts with Sharpie pens and architectural pens and pencils, I'm guessing. At least that's how I tackled the scratch built one. I'm going to do something similar with this one, but I'm going to make this one a little less decorative than my first attempt of painting one. I want to make it a little bit more authentic if I can. So that should be a fun challenge. So yeah, as I said, quick, short and sweet one. Gonna get into the painting of this one soon. I may actually do a video on painting it. Yeah, it might be fun. And then at some point today, probably tomorrow, we're going to start actually assembling the partial frame one. And then there's two others to assemble. So, you know, 4 towers, it should make for quite a nice display, having them all in the various stages of construction. Yeah, so we'll just see how this goes. But yeah, I want to get this one together, and then hopefully I can paint 2 at the same time, and then tackle the other 2 together after these. Because, you know, this one, you know, even though it's all flat pack acrylic, you know, it still takes some attention and just a little bit of know-how. But, you know, if you're not a modeler, if you're not a modeler, you can still build these. They are so easy to build. It's super easy. I mean, if you can use a drill and you can carefully use adhesives without gluing your fingers to yourself or somebody else or your desk, don't ask me how I know that, you'll be fine. Just be careful with obviously using CA and accelerators. Yeah, I've burnt myself many times with CA and accelerators to the point where I've had holes in my fingertips. So yeah, just be careful. But yeah, that is the first Merlin Tower I've got that's now together. I've seen other people are posting theirs, and I really look forward to seeing what they do with them. Other than that, I mean, there are various things going on. I mean, we're working on the last 2 Bill George Y-Wings. I'm working on a little Jedi Y-Wing, a little prop store Jedi Y-Wing myself. Hopefully that one I can get back into painting soon. I've just had a few days of doing other things, but if I grab that one out... Oh, actually, well, first and foremost, that's another one I've been kind of working on, which has been the A-Wing, and it's actually the sketchbook A-Wing. Now This one was actually done by Dana Moss, who did a fantastic job of replicating the Joe Johnston sketchbook Return of the Jedi A-Wing. I've gone with a total elaborated paint job on it. I just kind of did it on the fly. Didn't want anything too resembling the A-Wing. Yeah, I had fun with it. It's not quite finished yet. There's a few areas I just need to touch in. I used Letraset for just some of these funky livery things that I did. That's all just cut up Letraset pieces. I've just got to matte coat those just to protect them. That logo, it's as close as I could get using the Letraset I had to the logo that's actually on the prototype B-Wing. It's just a funky set of font. Yeah, I think it works. I think, you know, there was a lot of this kind of thing on the Rebel pilot helmets from Return of the Jedi, and I'll show you the Y-Wing I'm working on currently. This is what is the original part scratch build from the small run of Jedi Y-Wings I did. Just starting to get layers of paint on it now. Started the weathering, some staining. Reference for this, it's not brilliant, but you know, you can make a really good go of it with what's out there and what was photographed by Prop Store. And it's a really fun little build. I mean, it's a lovely size. Hopefully there'll be more news on this Y-Wing sometime soon. I'm not going to say any more than that. I don't want to say any more than that. But there should be something quite exciting happening with this Y-Wing. When I did the small run, and as you know, this one here, there's a few parts omitted on this one I need to add. But since I ID'd this one, since I researched it, I'd guess I'm probably 98% there, which I'm proud of. But, you know, we always want to get it to 100% accurate, but it's not always possible. But since making these, I've found, I think it's 3 new parts. All from donor kits that were already used on it. It's just the way they've been cut. It's quite they're very well hidden. But hopefully in the near future there should be something quite exciting happening with this that'll be even more accurate than the ones I did. Not, you know, lots accurate. It doesn't make the previous ones inferior, but just, you know, maybe a few added parts that have come by way of tenacity in just hunting for them, and also happy little accidents in finding them while looking for other parts. So yeah, I'm hoping this happens. It'll be a nice little replica to own. I know a few people, well, I think a few people in the US and the UK have got one of these from me. I think Tony and maybe Parminder have got one. Can't remember who else. There wasn't very many I made. To be honest, I burned out making these. They are the way I designed it, the way everything went. It was such a nightmare to build. Just very, very time consuming because there's so many tiny little plantons that cannot be cast into the master. But yeah, hopefully very soon. This one should be hopefully a little more widely available, and it is a really fun little thing to paint. It's just very, very different to what you're normally used to seeing with Y-Wings, and there are a lot of Y-Wings around at the moment. I mean, I can't get away. The Y-Wing's always been my favourite ship, but I just can't get away from them, as you know. But yeah, that about wraps this one up. It's just a quick catch up, mainly just addressing these lovely Merlin towers. I cannot recommend them highly enough. They are really fun. Very different thing to have on display. So yeah, you know, if you haven't already or you're on the fence, I really highly recommend them. And coming from someone who actually you know, spends his time looking at bloody kit parts, the kit parts on this Justin has nailed. I mean, he's done just superb work. He is, I don't know whether they're scanning, as I think I may have said before, scanning the kit parts, I'm not sure. But the parts replication in 3D now has gone up insane levels. I mean, yeah, I've been comparing and it's like, wow, Merlin have really, really raised the bar now. You know, it's, you know, as of some other 3D artists. But yeah, definitely very impressed. So yeah, cheers chaps, and hopefully yeah, some other videos, maybe some painting videos soon, and I'll see what I can come up with. But thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.